This is ASCEN. Here you see Miss Becky Gregory, a valued member of a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASCEN LLC. Becky Gregory is an administrative support professional who transitioned from the corporate world and opened her virtual assistance firm, Virtual Administrative Services, VAS, in 2005. As a virtual assistant, Becky works from her home-based office, serving a broad spectrum of clients, including businesses and nonprofits, speakers, coaches, social entrepreneurs, and others. She provides a wide range of administrative support services, including document production, presentation creation, scheduling and calendar management, database management, email support, social media marketing, and more. Becky has a diverse group of clients, which include the IAIDQ, an international membership organization for information and data quality professionals, Maryland Nonprofits, an umbrella organization for nonprofit organizations in Maryland, New Teachers Center, California-based national nonprofit educational organization, Maryland Chamber of Commerce, assistant to former VP of membership, E. Wilson Communications, Inc., Erling Wilson Public Relations Marketing Executive, Washington Appraisal, Washington, D.C. based real estate appraise firm. Well, wow, Becky has been quite busy. Okay, Becky, what is a typical day for you in the office?
Wow, every day is kind of different, Ida, because different clients have different needs. But I try real hard to stick to a schedule. I try to work from a list first of all. Like the night before, I try to go through and see which of my active clients that I'm working with, what their needs are going to be for the next day. So I try to work from a list. One of the first things I do in the morning and I do throughout the day is check emails, check my own email, and of course check my clients' emails to see if there's anything that needs to be responded to right away. And the rest of my day, as I said, it depends on the client. There could be some database management, contact relationship management system updates. There could be, for instance, for my appraisal client, that's always scheduling appraisal appointments, communicating with real estate agents, homeowners, lending companies to try to bring together, coordinating everything in order to schedule an appointment for him to do an actual appraisal. So there are a lot of moving parts with that. And those are time sensitive. So pretty much as soon as I see those orders, I try to get those, off my desk and into cyberspace, so to speak, as soon as possible. Get them on his calendar so he'll see what's coming up. My other client, one of my other clients, primary clients, is offshore. Well, actually, it's an international organization, but my primary contact is in Australia. So they're like 14 hours ahead of us. So if we're going to meet, we usually meet 5 p.m. my time, which is about 7 a.m. his time the next day. So I, usually, that time of day, if I'm going to meet with him or have need to talk to him, that's usually when that happens. But, like I said, every day is different, which is part of the appeal of it for me.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds very, very interesting. So what are some of the benefits that you provide your clients? And what if somebody was interested in getting a virtual assistant, what kind of benefits could you sway them into moving to the next level of hiring a virtual assistant?
Sure. Well, that's a good one, and that's kind of an easy one for me. It makes perfect sense to me, of course. But what I tell people is, when you work with a virtual assistant, first of all, you only pay for the hours that you need. You don't have to pay $40 an hour and $40 40 hours a week if you only need 5 to 10 hours a week. So there's that flexibility of the time. Because I'm an independent contractor, my clients don't pay for any benefits for me. They don't pay for my unemployment insurance or health insurance or vacation time, any of that. It's a straight client and virtual assistant relationship. It's a direct contractor to client relationship. So, we eliminate a lot of the overhead. And then because I work virtually, I work from my own office, my clients don't have to worry about office space, providing equipment. I have my own equipment, my own, computers and printers and whatever. They don't have to worry about the overhead cost of just running an office, lighting, electricity. So that's a big, cost right off their plate, right off the top. So there are a lot of advantages to working with a virtual assistant. It's a time advantage. There's a cost-saving advantage. And then most virtual assistants have a lot of experience. Most of us come from backgrounds where we've done administrative support work for a good portion of our lives, our adult lives. So we have a lot of experience that kind of comes with the package. So I think those are really good advantages over, say, an entrepreneur, one woman shop who needs admin support. But rather than having to pay somebody, a full-time employee, and provide space, you find a virtual assistant and you work out what works for you as far as the number of hours you need and the rates that, we can negotiate rates and things like that.
Okay. Okay. So, Becky, tell us some of the type of projects that you've done for your clients.
Let me see. New Teacher Center is education organizations based out of California. They do a lot of survey and data gathering across the country for different school systems. Well, they were in Maryland a few years ago doing the Race to the Top program. And there was a lot of data gathered that needed to be entered, and it needed to be organized and entered in a way that they could use. And that was one of the big things that I did for them. And that data was gathered from hard copy papers that teachers had filled out at different conferences and whatnot. Some of it came in the form of spreadsheets, but it was up to me to get it all organized and put into one resource that they could then use to develop the reports that they got from the Maryland Race to the Top program. As I said, one of my other clients is a real estate property appraiser. So his work is kind of ongoing. And that's, I think I kind of explained what that is. But as far as projects, it's hard to describe it as projects because every client's needs, one client might need a half dozen different things done in the name of one project, one of their projects. So that's kind of hard to describe. I've done a lot of different things for a number of different people. I've worked for nonprofit organizations and helped with, I'm freezing.
That's okay. Just take your time. It's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
That was a loaded
question.
Anyway,
it sounds like you've done quite a bit, for sure. And it sounds like you stay busy as well. So what time does your day start typically?
My day typically starts at 9 a.m. That's another advantage of being your own boss and working from home. If there's, occasionally there are times when I need to be on the computer or, as I say, on the floor, so to speak, earlier. And of course I can do that. But for the most part, I have my coffee and my soft music playing in the background by 9 a.m. And that's when things get started. I'm ready to start taking phone calls for clients and responding to different communications and whatnot, responding to clients' requests. There's always that, I need this right away. Can you do this for me right away? That type of thing. So my day starts usually at 9, but it doesn't always end at 5 because as a independent contractor, I feel a big responsibility to get the client's work done because I know they're relying on me. And this is what I do. So knowing that they need this document for something that's going on for them the next day, I can't just shut down and say, well, he's run out of time or whatever. You have to learn. It takes being flexible and kind of learning to what your clients' needs are, and what you need to do to make sure that they get what they need.
Oh, okay, okay. Wow, that's a lot of work you do here, Miss Becky. I'm really proud of knowing you. And then
Um,
you're also a member of the organization, so I definitely feel privy.
oh, wow, thank you. I feel privy.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah. Well, joining ASCEN was, absolutely one of the best things I do. I did one of the best things I've done. My grammar is getting bad. It's late in the day. Um, but it's funny because I had heard about you. Ida had touched bases with me at some point. Can't remember exactly when, but I'd heard about Ida. She reached out to me, but it didn't click at that point. But then last year, she called me the day before an event, and it was the right thing at the right time. And I say that because I work from home and it's just me. It can be very isolating. You don't have that water cooler action and that running into people in the hallways and stuff. It's just me. So I needed a way to connect with other women like myself, who were running their own businesses, not necessarily working from home, but just a group that I could interact with and get me out of the house, for one thing, to make sure that I, continue to network and connect with other people who were, doing their own thing as well. So it's good for me because it keeps me plugged in and not just plugged into the computer. And that human interaction, that working together with other women who are trying to grow their businesses, it's been great for me. It's a different kind of a social outlet. It's definitely a social outlet, but we also support each other as far as our various businesses. So it's been good for me because, like I said, working from home, um, you can tend to, kind of isolate. So I needed that. So Ida called me on the right day at the right time, and the event was the next day. And I said, I'm going. I need to do this, and it was a good decision.
We are definitely honored to have you and appreciate you being a part of the family. So
Well, thank you, Ida.
how can our audience get in touch with you if they want to use your services?
Sure. Well, they can get in touch with me through my website, or my email address is probably the best way. I think you had that on the screen earlier, but it's Becky, Becky, at virtualadminservices.com. My phone number is 443-557-8187. And the business name is Virtual Administrative Services. I'm located here in Baltimore, Maryland, but I work globally. I can work with clients all over the world because I do work virtually. So that's pretty much it. If you want to reach me, that's how you do it. And you can always go find Miss Ida and ask her, where's Becky? And she'll be able
Ab-
to put us in touch.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, Miss Becky, for sharing your story and your business with everybody. And hopefully, you will definitely hear from some of our audience. And I'm here to tell you, she's very passionate about what she does, and she's very good at what she does.
Well,
So,
thank
thank you
you.
again, Miss Becky, and we will talk.
Thank you, Miss Ida. It's been a pleasure.